While they're at it, I'll have them find out the difference between the words meal and dish. In this video, I'm going to try and tell you how I would teach a listening exercise from the book American English File 1. This book, as you might know by now, I'm a teacher, so I don't use new books. What I'm going to do is I'll devise a lesson plan based on the very well-known framework of teaching listening in 3 steps of pre-listening, listening, and post-listening. I've chosen the listening exercise from lesson 9A, page 71 of the student's book. It's about food. The whole lesson is about food, so students are probably already interested in the topic. You might have a little bit of an easier job to get them to be motivated for the listening exercise. So first off, I'm going to go to the teacher's book and check out if there's any suggestions for a lead-in or warm-up. Well, this is in the middle of the lesson. You might not need a warm-up necessarily, but as a teacher, you might decide in your lesson plan that this should happen in the beginning of the session. So what you do at this stage should probably work also as a warm-up for the whole session. What I find out is that the goal of this step, as suggested by the teacher's book, is for students to hypothesize from photos to prepare for listening. I think that's not enough for a real pre-listening in my class, so I might have to dive a little bit into the idea of being a foodie and posting photos of your meals online, the reaction you get and the reaction you give people. So I decided that I had to devise some questions for this stage to get students to talk about their experiences. But before that, to make the listening stage even more smooth, I'll put up on the board the list of ideas they need to talk about. So I go on and put I cook, I order takeout, I eat in a restaurant, and my mother cooked, leaving the sentences open so they can continue with their ideas. And then I'll ask them if they post photos of their meals online. For those who said yes, I'll go when, and the other ones I might ask, what's your reaction to people who post meals online? As teachers know, course books and textbooks are a little bit intimidating for students, so now I think it's the proper time for me to have them look at the book. So I'll have them look at the hashtag #MyDinnerLastTime. Now they should point to the food in the photo and name them as a whole class activity. Now before I get to the actual listening stage, I have one more thing to do, and that's pre-teaching blocking vocabulary. And by blocking vocabulary, I mean those that block the comprehension or even achievement of the task. For this reason, I look into the scripts and I note down the words foodie, takeout, even takeaway maybe, homemade, ingredients, prepare, and a special occasion. So at this point, things that are cultural could come in handy. For example, in my country, I might talk about Nowruz and the special kind of food we have, or Charshanbe Suri, Shab Yalda, or any other special occasion. Well, now that the students are fully aware of the context of the listening and are motivated to listen to it and know some blocking vocabulary, I think they're ready for the listening stage. I want them listen to the audio once and try to write the number of the photos that match the purpose of the person for posting that photo online. Since I've already put them on the board, I'll put a box next to each purpose and I'll do the first one with them so they have a better grip of what's going to happen in this task. Now task A is done, and I'll check the answers with the whole class because I guess there's no point in doing a pair work right now. They might not have enough ideas to talk about, so they might just use their mother tongue and go off track, and I don't want that. Now it's time for a second listening and task 2 of the exercise, where students have to find out what the story behind each photo was, where the person was, the ingredients they talk about, what was the occasion, and the way of making that type of meal. I think that's enough listening now, and in the post-listening stage, the first thing I do, I hand out the scripts for the audio, or if they have it at the end of their book, I'll have them look at it and check their answers in a pair. While they're at it, I'll have them find out the difference between the words meal and dish based on the context they've got and based on what they understood. When they're done as a whole class, we check the answers, especially the difference between meal and dish. I might have to give them examples, drill with them the pronunciation, and have them make their own examples. Now, to seal this listening exercise, I'll have students in groups or pairs talk about a more open-ended and reflective question. I'll ask them, which meal would you like to try and which you wouldn't? This gives them some space to formulate or verbalize the ideas they might have cooked while listening to the audio. And that was my lesson plan for this listening exercise. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. If it's so, please comment down below and share it with other teachers. Bye.